Hi, my name is Jan Kinsey. We are going to have Megan Rose do a four-part series in June. So that's the Tuesdays in June on meeting the dark god, the dark goddess, cultivating a relationship with the old ones. This is such a fascinating topic, and I'm really honored to have Megan Rose here. So, Megan Rose, who are the old ones? And why? What do we have to learn from them?
Yeah. So the old ones, as I hold them, are the shaping beings, the primordial ones that brought about creation. Sometimes, in the case of the dark goddess, through her own self-fecundation, and depending on the cultural and the religious frame that you work through or look through. Could be male, could be female, could be gendered or non-binary, and these are the beings that create, that shape, that form, that bring into being new the cosmos, but new ideas, new um, uh, shapes and forms for a culture, for a people, for a group, for identities. And so they are really powerful uh, beings that are often associated, but not exclusive to the underworld and the dark. But they are not, do not exclusively live in those realms. It's just that is one of the realms that they um, are affiliated and associated with.
So I get this feeling that there's a rumbling in the underworld. There are, as a culture, we're missing out. We've kind of ignored the dark deities. What happens to a culture when they ignore the underworld deities?
I mean, look around. This is what happens. So those beings of the dark, and if you've attended my courses here at Fairy Congress on the dark god or the dark goddess, or listened to the other promos that I've um, recorded, I talk about what the darkness is, right? The darkness is not a place to be reviled or feared or shamed. It is a place of great power, of great potency, of great transformation, of revitalization. We need the light, and we need the dark. We need them both. Too much light and one goes mad. And so the darkness is really where our roots lie. uh, Jung said, a tree can only grow as high and bear fruit and be generative and feed its community to the degree that its roots grow deep and are nourished in the underworld, in the ancestors, in that strata of being that live in the dark. Where regeneration happens, where transformation happens. And when we ignore our depths, when we ignore the underworld, we end up with hyper realized um, figures and beings in a culture that force us to face those qualities, whether we like it or not. We end up with almost like overblown caricatures of our shadow that we have ignored or reviled. And so we do this work as magic workers, as shamans, as witches, as spirit workers, of going deep into our depths, mining that darkness for the gems, getting into right relationship with the ancestors, with the underworld, with the various level of depthful beings that then support and nourish us as we come out, and then can create something beautiful and something new and something different.
Megan, this sounds profound and it sounds so needed. I am so honored that you are teaching this for us. Folks, this is Tuesdays in June. See below for registration and further information. Thank you so much. Megan,
See
thank
you in
you.
June.